During World War II, one man managed to deceive an entire empire, guide Allied strategy, and change the course of the war all without firing a single weapon. His name was Juan Pujol, but the British would later give him a code name that said everything: Agent Garbo. Why Garbo? Because his acting was flawless. Pujol was not a spy. He had no training, no contacts, no background in intelligence whatsoever. What he did have was a burning hatred for fascism and a wild idea. If he couldn't fight this war with a gun, he would fight it with lies. First, he approached British intelligence, offering his services as a spy. They looked at this unknown Spanish guy and flat out rejected him. So he did something completely insane. He went to the Nazis instead. Pujol contacted German intelligence and convinced them he could spy on Britain from the inside. They believed him. The only problem: Pujol had never even set foot in Britain. He was actually in Portugal, inventing an entire spy network from thin air. He created fake soldiers, fake dock workers, fake government clerks, each with their own names, habits, opinions, and even personal problems. He'd send detailed reports describing British troop movements and military plans, all fabricated from newspapers, public information, and his incredible imagination. The Nazis loved him. They paid him, they trusted him, they promoted him. At one point, Pujol even explained away some missed intelligence by claiming one of his fictional agents had died. He then had the audacity to request money to support the agent's widow. The Nazis sent it. Eventually, British intelligence noticed something very strange. German military decisions were being influenced by information that wasn't coming from any of their known spies. They traced it back to Pujol and were absolutely stunned. Instead of arresting him, they realized the truth. This man had single-handedly achieved what no trained agent had ever done. He had convinced the Nazis he was their most reliable spy. The British immediately brought him to London and officially turned him into a double agent. Now, his incredible talent for lying would serve a real purpose. In 1944, the Allies were planning the biggest gamble of the war, D-Day, to successfully invade Europe. They needed the element of surprise. If the Nazis concentrated their forces in the right place, the invasion would fail, and the war could be lost. The Allies had to convince the Germans that the main invasion would land somewhere else. This mission was called Operation Fortitude, and at its very center was Agent Garbo. Pujol began feeding his German handlers a masterpiece of deception. He told them the real invasion would happen at Pas de Calais, the narrowest point between Britain and France. The landings at Normandy, he insisted, were just a diversion. To sell this lie, the Allies built an entire ghost army of fake tanks, fake planes, and fake camps in southeast England. Garbo described them all in vivid detail in his reports. To make his intel seem even more credible, he warned the Nazis that an invasion was coming on June 6th, but deliberately sent the message too late for them to act on it. This masterstroke made his report seem completely honest. Why would a liar warn you at all? The Nazis trusted him more than ever. They held back their elite panzer divisions, keeping them near Pas de Calais, waiting for the real invasion that Garbo had promised. On June 6, 1944, as Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy, the German response was slow, confused, and fragmented. They were still waiting for Garbo's second signal. It never came. By the time the Nazi high command realized the truth, the Allies had secured a critical foothold in Europe. The tide of the war had turned, and here's the part that feels like it's straight out of a movie. After the D-Day invasion, Nazi Germany awarded Agent Garbo the Iron Cross for his exceptional service. They truly believed he had done everything possible to stop the Allied landing. At the exact same time, Britain awarded him the Order of the British Empire for helping make D-Day a success. He is one of the only people in history to be decorated by both sides of a world war for the very same actions. After the war, Pujol vanished. He faked his own death and lived a quiet, anonymous life for decades. For years, many historians didn't even know his real identity. There was no statue, no parade, just a man who understood a powerful truth. Wars aren't only won with weapons, they're won with belief. Agent Garbo didn't defeat the Nazis with force. He defeated them by telling them exactly what they wanted to hear, and then letting them destroy themselves with it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible tales from history.